Hey, Kliq This fans, want to get closer to the show than ever? Join Kliq This TV. Kliq This TV offers early commercial-free access to wrestling's hottest podcast, plus live audience tapings of their show every friggin' week. Head to KliqThisTV.com now and get inside the show that's just too sweet.
The following podcast contains mature language and adult discussions.
Kev, is it OCD to want your DVR to be completely clear after you watch something? I think that's the that's what I'm pondering after our pre-show discussion, because I have a real I fucking hate it. After I read an email, I want to get the fuck rid of it off the phone.
I'm that way with texts, with emails.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like the first thing I do in the morning is I open my phone and just I'll say 123 emails, and I just because most of them are just bullshit. I just zip right through them, and then there's like 6, and I'll read those. And if I don't have to, none of them require an answer, I just get rid of them all.
Yeah,
because there's nothing worse than coming down here and having to find Steve's email that he sent me to get onto the StreamYard. So like I like to come down here and make sure, like when I leave my house, there's 3 emails tops.
Right.
One of them
that's at the top. Steve's at the top.
Steve's at the top. So when I come down here, it's like turn it on, put in my code, hit fucking not now, later, clear the StreamYard from last week, go to the AOL, grab my new mail, find Steve, punch it in, go to settings, make sure my log tech, my fucking sound's on, boom.
Right. But there's something to having that clean slate. Oh.
And remember to bring a man's journal down to
I don't know that's 11. I put a ruler up against that, Kev. I think you might be 9.5 on that jammy there.
I don't know. It's pretty fucking...
Okay. Yeah, it looks smaller on that.
Yeah.
Perspective thing here with the camera. If you can get a belt, if you can attach it to a belt so you could just kind of sit there with it on you, like catheter style, so you don't even have to fucking pop the top.
I'm not that old, man. I don't wear drawers when I'm down there. I don't wear... I take a shower. It's funny, like Thursday has become my I do my physical grooming of my groin area. Like today, I shaved. I took my beard back down to a goatee. Kind of trimmed up a little bit. Didn't go all the way in with my nose hair because I'll fuck with that tomorrow. But got it where it doesn't look like I'm Wally Walrus.
Right.
I also washed my hair, seeing I don't have any product in it, so now it's kind of a shit hair day. But
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little. Who am I getting on that there?
That's my Alex Baldwin rust look.
It's a little Baldwin-ish, yeah, a little bit.
So, no, but I absolutely, I've got to get rid of. I got to have that DVR clear.
And I never get near 100. Like I'm never like in danger. But when I'm like when I get double digits, I'm like, oh my god, 12%.
Oh, mine's like 50.
Wow.
Like mine's maybe with 50% left, and it's just like, it's funny. Like when Tamara and I got involved and decided we were going to watch Homeland, and there were 8 seasons. I want to think 12 episodes a season, and that's a 57-minute fucking show. Somewhere around there, because it ran on Showtime without commercials. And you know, like 2 of those, and like by the time we do watch some news, we usually watch. We tape every day. We tape Jeopardy, so we usually play and watch Jeopardy. I'll go back and watch it like 8 o'clock. I'll watch Lester Holt because that's my 30 minutes of just news that I really don't feel I'm being tugged any which way.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, now it's it's going on 9 o'clock, and she goes to bed around midnight. So you knock out 2 homelands, and that's it. Then she wants to just say like, put on something I don't have to fucking pay attention to dialogue, and I'll find like Home Hunters or Home Renovation or Bargain Beach Hunt.
You know what I got into? It was a show I liked back in the day, and then hadn't watched it in a long time. And when my wife and little one were still down in Florida, my oldest would always make me, and I had to buy seasons of it because it's not streaming for free anywhere. It's called Hotel Impossible. Did you ever see it? It's where this guy that runs and makes over big New York hotels, Anthony Milcuri, his name is. Give him a shout out if he's listening. He goes into a distressed hotel somewhere in the country or in the world and basically kind of just goes through, tears the room apart, rips apart the management, and by the end, like does like a couple of model rooms, like will redo their systems or whatever's wrong with it, and then kind of hands them a model to make over the hotel. So you mentioned the House Hunters thing. So as far as reality television, I enjoy. I like his style, and
I tell you, a show that I really got enthralled with was I don't know what it's called, but it's Goldwyn. It's the guy that runs the auction house, but he's been sports memorabilia for years.
Yeah, it's on. Is it Netflix?
On Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah,
yeah, I saw it on there. I didn't click in, but
Golden Touch.
Okay.
So I binge watched that. I saw Flair. Flair was on there. He authenticated a robe.
He gets on. How does he get on everything? He's
Ric Flair.
Yeah, I guess. But Ric Flair today, it's impressive. It's not I'm not shooting on him. I'm just saying that.
But I think that he's. It's like the Bowie song when they pulled him out of the oxygen tent. He asked for the nearest party. Diamond Dogs, Flair came out of a fucking deathbed coma, with alligators on, right into the bar. Like, I got this round.
Right.
There's only one Ric Flair.
Right.
Love him or hate him, I tell you what, man. I look at my face right now. I mean,
you smile.
I'm smiling. I mean, anytime I see Rick, man, I'm smiling because, one day he won't be with us anymore, and I won't be a person if I probably outlive my ass, but I won't be one of those people that says, you know what, man, he didn't squeeze much out of life.
No, I was going to say that the lesson from Rick is the pedal is always floored.
Always.
It's fucking floored. Everywhere, anything he's doing.
I'm really impressed with Hulk right now. Because it's just like, I watched Hulk, on Instagram walk into that fucking Paul fight. And man, he's doing the no sell, but brother's on a fucking, he's hurting with that back. And he showed up at the for Trump. He's pushing that All-American beer. He's in Michigan this weekend. I mean, it's one of those things and people are just like, I thought Hogan had money. I'm like, he does. But he's got a brand new wife, that hasn't lived
hasn't lived more than how many years?
Well, I'm just saying, hasn't been a part of Terry's life when Hulk
was Hulk.
It's if somebody's in love with you, man. Like, you're not like, oh, I wish I could. Well, fuck, man, you want to be. That was the reason Goldberg came back. Because Gage was so fucking young. Gage didn't get a chance to see Bill's run, and Bill said, "Fuck it, I'll just have another run."
Mm-hmm.
God bless him.
Yeah. See, Rick had the girls want to fuck him, guys want to be him. You know, the James Dean, the movie star thing. Whereas Hulk was a real life. You know, he like fell off the cover of DC Comics for us when we were kids. You know, his appeal is, you know, the superhero that you can't kill kind of thing. Very different appeals, but.
And my whole thing was the first time, because I wasn't once I was a wrestling fan as a kid. I watched the Sheik and Bobo and basically that big time wrestling.
Can we get a Furpo in there for Waltman?
Get a Furpo.
At least? Okay.
Igor, Moose Chodlak, Kangaroos, but I stopped watching wrestling and started watching basketball.
Right.
Because I wanted to be a basketball player. So while everybody else was, you know, fucking around with foreign objects, I was down at the end of the street at the Catholic school shooting hoops.
Right. So you were getting laid, and everybody else was watching Moose Chodlak lose.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
So
you missed that. I mean, you were aware of it, but you weren't watching like the rock and wrestling connection.
No, but the first time I saw Hulk was on Rocky.
Right,
I was
83
like, who
or
the
82. Yeah.
fuck is that?
Right.
You know? But I knew who Flair was.
Well, because he would have done, well, no, year what? Give me the year. What are we talking about when you were
I don't
watching?
know, but
late 70s?
I remember fucking when I was bouncing, and I've been bouncing I was probably 25 when I really started bouncing, and I'd always say, I'd say, man, you got to go, and the guy, oh, I say, dude, you don't have to fucking like it, but you just got to learn to love it, because it's the best thing going today. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just like,
oh yeah, all of Rick's colloquialisms, phenomenal. Whether you like it or don't like it, sit down and look at it.
Can't keep these alligators down.
And then you know, Flair Mach 2, when he was no longer the youngest guy in the ring in the 90s, changed it to because he used to call himself Space Mountain in '85 when Space Mountain was the hot new ride in Disney. So then in the 90s, it was he referred to himself as Space Mountain and say the oldest ride in the park with the longest line.
And I used to always like this. He'd be cutting a promo, especially like early WCW when it was like doing stand-up on a fucking cruise ship, being out in the ring. And it's like fucking 1,300 smart marks at the fucking Philadelphia Civic Center out by the railroad tracks. And Flair would fucking be cutting a promo. He'd stop and he'd look at some girl and he'd go, you can't be first, but you could be next. And he'd fucking give her a couple of pumps and then go back to cutting his promo. And, you know, he's just sitting there looking through the curtains going, now, if I did that, I'd get fired. And he gets a pop.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then finally, as time went on, because when I got into the business, Ole had the book, and then towards the middle end of that, I remember Jacksonville was always a good town for WCW in the early '90s, and I'm talking like a $45,000 house was huge back then, but Jacksonville was always a crowd, and I remember Rick had the book, and I remember being in this this back area by and seeing his. You know, him and his cohorts kind of putting some shit together for the show. And that was the first time I actually watched, you know, firsthand how this shit was put together. So.
I never did. He's one of the ones that got away in the kayfabe era. I never got to interview Rick, and I'd love to, because I think to give myself props as an interviewer, I tend not to go for the low hanging fruit. Like I don't need to know the stuff that I can find out easily. I would talk to Rick about when he was champ, 85, 86, that era, Jim Crockett Promotions. The fucking guy would be in a suit, like legit, before at the getting to the arena at the airport in case he was seen, because you got to carry the image, right? So how did he fucking travel? And that belt was ridiculous. How much shit he would have to lug. And especially when he was, if he was doing like the Carolinas or whatever, where he had a house, maybe he could get home every 2 days. He's working Dallas for a week and then maybe going to San Francisco for a week.
I used to watch those divas when they first fucking really, started to push that fucking whole trademark.
Yeah.
And that idea and that identity. And the girls, man, they were, it was like being a Brana flight attendant back in the day. Like, you had to be hot. You had to be made up. It wasn't like you could throw your long hair in a ponytail and put on a baseball cap and get on a flight that morning.
Right.
Every one of those girls, man, it was, and it was a testament that and then at the same time, I remember seeing Trish, and as beautiful as Trish was and everything else, you'd walk into the training room and she'd have a split lip and a black eye and bruises all over it, and it looked like she was, in some abusive hillbilly eulogy relationship. Probably with a husband that drank Diet Mountain Dew. I don't know.
And then how many suits Rick would get them ripped off him during the schmazzes at the end of at 8:03, ready to go off
Rick
the air.
wasn't no dummy though. I guarantee you, he was giving somebody a fucking receipt for that.
Yeah, well, this is the shit that I would talk to him about.
Yeah, because I know Rick. Like, okay, this lapel's a little out of fucking style. If I'm going to get it torn off me by Blackjack, he can tear this one off. I'll go get a new one made.
Right.
Something more style. Yeah, I need a new double-breasted.
Hey, I saw something on Twitter here. I'll ask you, who wears this better? Who's got the better fit going on right there? Because it looks awful similar here. What I'm showing Kevin is a tweet from the P, who I believe is a member of our 11 Soft Club, and he's got Scott Hall in a nearly identical outfit to a very relaxed Kamala Harris in a. Is it tie-dye, maybe, or is it Hawaiian pattern, colored shirt, and almost identical maroon pants?
I wouldn't even say it's not even remotely identical.
Oh, come on!
It's not.
What are the odds that those two color schemes with the pants are very close? Quality of the lighting's a little different in both, but. Thought that was money.
I'm very biased to the guy on the left, so
Scott wearing it better.
But
he's got a little bit. He's got certainly more gold.
Yeah,
in the shot.
Smaller waist
in the shot.
That's a 60-year-old woman.
Taller.
I was watching her. I was watching her dance a little bit today, and I said, you know what? Kamala definitely beats the fucking.
I was gonna say you put those two next to each.
Giving two guys a hand job from Bill. If I can steal one from Bill Maher.
So Kevin, everyone in the Democratic Party listened to us and said that, as we said that, yes for everyone. Another time that Kevin and I agreed. Sorry, I'm gonna try to find a lot of shit to fight with him about today. The outfit, maybe we can go back to the maroon, the mauve pants, whatever the fuck color that was. So, and Joe stepped down, and Kamala's and I saw you were very quick with the endorsement. Very nice photo of her, and she has Nash. We know that.
How is this possible? Read my fucking bio. I'm a centralist Democrat. It says it right on it.
What people are saying? How is it possible that you endorse her?
How is it possible? Yeah, and it's just like, I guess because Hulk, tore his shirt off at the
So all wrestlers.
Did you see? Did I send you the thing where the guy said is Nash auditioning to be at the fucking DNC?
No. What was this? It was a tweet.
No, it was a fucking whole some bald-headed guy that has a. It was a video. I can't believe I didn't send it to you.
No, you have to.
So, but I DM'd him back and I said, just so you know, I said, though Trump did receive Hulk Hogan's endorsement, I'm quite sure that Mr. Bollea is probably registered as Terry Bollea as a Republican, but you've got an endorsement from somebody that can't vote for you. Well, Terry Bollea can, but Hulk Hogan can't. So that's the guy right there.
Is Kevin Nash auditioning for a speaking role at DNC? Is this a video?
Yeah.
Hey, play it.
Going Ringside Podcast. Is Kevin Nash... Hey, I'm Scott Johnson, host of the Going Ringside Podcast. Is Kevin Nash auditioning for a speaking role at the DNC? So he just posted pretty much a praising Instagram post to Vice President Kamala Harris, saying that he's really excited to vote for her. Now, Nash has been a pretty outspoken Democrat on social media for a long time now. But after Hulk Hogan spoke last week at the RNC, people who run political campaigns notice this stuff. They notice the response to Hogan. Maybe he's making the calculation that the DNC wants another wrestler to speak at their convention. So he's getting very public on social media with his praise for Vice President Harris. So is it possible the political strategists on the Democratic side will notice Kevin Nash, a pretty high-profile wrestler who has feuded with Hulk Hogan, and bring him on board for a speaking role at the DNC?
Talk about trying to make a story where there isn't one.
Wow, right?
Listen, Scott Johnson.
Listen, yeah. Let's name the times Kevin Nash tore his shirt. Oh, none. So
I have a feeling that the people that will be lined up to speak at the DNC, and I'm just spitballing here, are not going to include professional wrestlers. Probably won't have pillow makers anywhere like involved.
Probably not.
You might see some former presidents. Did we get any former presidents?
Used to be rappers that now sing fucking Hank Williams covers.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be a different slate. I won't say class. I'll say slate.
Yeah.
Of
I don't
person.
think the fucking I said, you know, and my wife saw that. She goes, well, who is this fucking guy? I said, A, let's go back to last week's show. Somebody that absolutely doesn't fucking know me knows that the last thing I want is to be out anywhere that it says Kevin Nash, and then if it doesn't just say a D in parentheses, I'm not fucking going to be out there. You're not going to put X-Ref. I mean, that's not who's speaking. The pro wrestler isn't speaking. You know.
Let's see, where is he? Well, Scott Johnson is the 6-time Emmy Award-winning host of that. I'm guessing not for Going Ringside. I don't know what he.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. I mean, I do now, but I mean, I didn't before that. And I mean, it's just like my timing. My timing wasn't associated with Hulk tearing his shirt as much as it was
her announcing
the Sunday announcement of Joe Biden saying he was pulling out of the. It's like, I'm sorry, man, but I really don't strategize in my brain. Hey, I got an idea. What can I do where I'd have to fucking put together and have somebody work with me a speech, do it in front of the whole fucking country, where the chances of fucking being an epic fail are fucking gigantic, because you've got to actually carry a fucking point, and you're not getting paid.
Right.
Like what?
You'd have to have some gimmick. You couldn't rip the shirt. Maybe bring the little piss bottle out and stand at the podium and fill up. No one will know. And then at the end of it, you could triumphantly hold up your very plentiful urine.
Yeah, my whole thing is, man, it's just like, it's my Instagram. I was excited that we had made this decision in our party, and I thought it was for the good. And lo and behold, $100 million 2 days later, I feel that I was right. Not to say that I might have had some points on the assassination attempt where maybe they should get rid of Cheadle, maybe they should not have any. It did
also tell you that was coming, by the way.
Yeah, that maybe they shouldn't have outdoor events, which the Secret Service pretty much said yesterday that's done. So, is CTE inflicted and basically just mediocre as a human being, as I am on a daily basis? If that's my case, and that's how I get categorized by a lot of people, where the fuck are they at? Mm. I mean, I wouldn't even wipe my ass with 90% of them, and they've got an opinion. So
everyone's got one. What's the old saying?
Assholes. Everybody's got one.
And they all stink.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Mike Stacks was listening last week to your rant, and he said, we've got the Monday morning wars going on now. Undertaker's 6 feet under, and Kliq this.
Does Mark drop on Mondays?
So I guess, Steve, Monday is the Monday's the morning. I guess it consistently. I guess if they're writing this has to be going on. Maybe
maybe I just saw a clip that Mark had dropped, or whoever his producer is, and it said 4 days ago. So I did the timeline back. Mm-hmm. So, but it may have just been a clip a couple days later. So I didn't know when Mark was on.
Probably later. He probably sleeps later than our 6 a.m., because we're here live, obviously, this Monday morning at 6 a.m.
I saw where Mark was going to do a one-man show at SummerSlam, that Dead Man show.
Okay.
So I'm definitely going to go. I'm going to go to. Well, I'm actually being flown and housed by the WWE. So I'm going in a capacity of the WWE. So
very good.
Yeah, I'll still be at WrestleCon. I made that commitment before I did with the WWE. But I'm looking forward if I can that maybe I can get by Mark's show. If I can get a freebie. Yeah. I like to watch it. I'd like to just say hi to Mark. I haven't seen him in a while. Last time I saw Mark, I think I ran into him in the fucking Austin airport of all places.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, hey, he was like coming out of the baggage claim, and I was coming, like he was, coming home, and I was coming into the airport, but.
Let's see. Joshua Hoff says, or Josh H-O-F, maybe Hall of Fame, started a new shoulder back workout, mostly all triple sets, warm-up, reverse band flies 1 times 30, and single band lat.
All right, so before you read this whole thing, triple sets. I mean, I don't know how old this person is, number one. But triple sets, I mean, if you don't have a large degree of muscle mass, you need to do straight sets.
Well, I'm guessing this guy, I'm looking at the list of this shoulder back workout here. He's got to be a bodybuilder or something.
Well, right? Or just somebody that does a lot of research and is completely overtrained. My back workout yesterday was 3 sets, 2 working. First one warm up of a Yates row hammer strength machine. Then I did 2 sets of T-bar rows working. I think I had 4 45-pound plates. I did 12s to 15s there. I did 85 pounds in each hand on an incline bench. Where you do that, I saw C-Bomb does them. I did 2 sets of that, and then I did a Nautilus selectorized single arm high row for 2 sets, and I did 2 sets of rope straight arm pull down. So like probably 11 or 12 working sets, 45 minutes. And I woke up this morning, man, it was just like somebody drove roofing nails into my back.
Right.
So, I mean, to do all that, to do that kind of volume, the only thing that you can do when you're doing that kind of volume, and especially triple sets, you know, which are just giant sets, but is you have to drop the weight in order to complete the task. Like, I believe in supersetting, but antagonistically. So I'll do a bicep movement and a tricep movement. So while I'm contracting the bicep in my bicep movement, when you do a push down and you do it correctly, when you extend to the point where you flex your tricep muscle, it fucking absolutely elongates the bicep muscle. So the productivity is you're
getting like 2 for 1.
Yeah, and you're contracting and stretching the muscles. So
how's your back now?
Today?
Better? Yeah.
Fuck, it's sore. I took today off.
Yeah, similar thing to me. I was writing. I was writing all day, and I turned, and my back is bothering me right between my right shoulder blade and spine. I think from being in the writing position and turning my head.
Take one of those 5 milligrammers.
I'll take a relief gummy later, and but so I'm looking at this guy's workout, and I was going to get your critique on it, but you've already, I mean, just from the first item, you're telling me that this is
I read it. I actually read it. I said,
okay.
Jesus. I said, there's just no way. I mean, unless he's running fucking 1,500 milligrams of fucking testosterone and 400 milligrams of tren and eating orals, and I mean, if he's, but if you're on TRT, and if you're on TRT and you're in your 60s, or as in me, 65, no, man, ain't gonna happen.
All right, pseudonym Hey Kev. As someone who suffered mental and emotional health issues, I very much appreciate the level of disclosure you displayed regarding your own struggles. I'm a firm believer in opening dialogue about thoughts and feelings in order to being healthier mentally and emotionally. It's as important, if not more, than being physically healthy. Keep your heart on your sleeve, big man.
Appreciate it. No, I think this. My whole point was like so many. I read a thing the other day where they said Nash is out of touch because he's been a millionaire since the mid-'90s. And we were talking to a friend of Tristan's last night, who is now, of course, a friend of ours. And she's always been close to my wife. But it was like Tristan and her were like boyfriend, girlfriend, like, you know, young, like 11, 12, 13, 14, that era. And Where the fuck was I going?
Well, we were talking about you've been a millionaire since the 90s.
Yeah, and so she was talking about how difficult it is. You know, she works, she travels her ass off, but she sells like a very high-end dog food. She sells several products. I mean, but one of them is this Dr. Marty's and this other brand, and
I've seen him.
She's got one that's the actress Heigl has one that came out. That's and the one that the Heigl came out with is like crack for my dog. Like he hears that fucking bag move and he's like, and he gobbles it up. So we've, you know, it's just like, and he eats so fast that he forgets that he's had it. Yeah, there's her.
Budlands Rain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll plug Miss
Badlands Rain.
We'll plug Miss Heigl. Yeah. And what it is that these both the products are basically organ meat, like meat/organ meat. So, you know, and most foods, you know, most dry foods that you give your dog are grains and bullshit with a beef flavor thrown in, along with the, you know, the additives of vitamins and minerals. So everything is just where this is, you know, the real deal. So we're going to mix the combination because we're not. My dog eats it and then he gets so crazy he decides he's going to shit in the house. So that ain't
like
cool.
that with fresh mozzarella and salami and
cool.
stuff. But now, so now you're tying this in because your dog has also been a millionaire since the 90s, or
no? So what she was, you know, she was talking about how difficult it is for her to make it, and she does well. But she's like, you know, her fucking mortgage was $1,300, but because she lives in Florida and her insurance has went up $300 a month, it's all tied in. So it's just like, yeah, your fucking nut hasn't jumped, but your escrow fucking payment is you know, her taxes. Property taxes are all thrown into that. So she's like, she said, I got to get a fucking roommate. I can't make ends meet. And I looked at Tamara, I said, and she's like, Maddie's probably 20, she's 28? Yeah, 28 or 29. And, because T would have been 28 in June. So she's probably 28. I looked at Tamara, I said, when did we buy that house in Phoenix? And she said, you know, she gave me the year. I said, how old was I? She says, I think you were 34. So I'm like, so I bought my first home when I was 34 years old. And this, you know, but everybody else, of course, I've you know, I've the silver spoon.
you were born into it.
Oh, absolutely.
Bob Nash had a chest in the basement with stacks of hundreds that you found. But you know, it's easy. You know, it's easier today to be a millionaire in your 20s or 30s, and I attribute this exclusively to Rocket Money, Kevin, and the management of one's personal finances because of the Rocket Money app. Everyone out there probably knows that forgotten subscriptions are a thing, and everyone's got them. Subscriptions that, and even duplicate subscriptions. You don't know someone in the house signed up for this service, and you've got the service running, and it's just deducting from your bank account every month. Rocket Money is the solution to this and so much more. The number, by the way, of people with subscriptions they've forgotten about, 75%. And before I started using Rocket Money too, I was in there. If you asked me how many I had, I might have said, oh, I have 7 subscriptions for all these channels. You have no idea what you've subscribed to for that free trial period, you know, and then you just never canceled it. That shit gets everybody. It's a never-ending cycle. Thanks to Rocket Money, you no longer have to worry about this. It's a personal finance app, okay? It finds and cancels at your discretion the unwanted subscriptions. If you could see the graphic right there, it's a beautiful interface. It just lists everything that is a recurring subscription for you. Bang, with the touch of a button, you're canceling them, lowering your bills, saving money. That's what Rocket Money is all about. They have over 5 million users. They've saved a total of $500 million for people in canceled subscriptions. And the average member is going to save up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features. So we want you guys to stop wasting money. Get on the bandwagon with us here and get rid of those things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions now. Just go to rocketmoney.com/Nash. That's rocketmoney.com/Nash. And or put the app on your phone and see what I am talking about. Get control of that bank account and let Rocket Money help you do that. Toasty Jason was listening last week, obviously, because his insightful comment was Sean Oliver is terrified of what Nash is going to say because he knows Nash is a real person. I thought about that for a while and could not make heads or tails of it. First I went through my resume to see if I had hosted a ghost hunting show, a doppelganger show in the past of any kind, and I don't think I have. But I mean, to him and maybe others, I fear real people, Kev. So if and I'm not so sure you're a real person, okay?
Cheryl Lynn actually wrote that song about me. Got to be real.
Got to be real, right? Yeah.
So
maybe we'll come into that next week. Thank you, Toasty Jason. Keep smoking whenever the fuck you are. You're enjoying yourself.
Stay real, brother. More than anything, stay real, brother.
Stay real, brother. Exactly. Bayou Bob, the editing on this show is absolutely amazing. Just how the ending segment blended well with Sophia. Chef's kiss. So,
nice.
Bayou Bob enjoying the outro last week. Aaron Pitts was listening, obviously, very closely last week, along with some other people, because he says 10 to 15 minutes in, there was some farting shenanigans going on. I counted 2 occasions. There's more than one person talked about farting, and somebody else talked about giggling.
My brother, I was talking to my brother Mark the other day.
Yeah.
Well, my brother. I've only got one brother. But in case anybody didn't know, this name was Mark. That's my brother's name.
Fernham, send your gift to Mark Nash. Okay.
Yeah. He's my older brother. He's my big brother. So, and he said, entertaining show. He says, but, he says, what the fuck with the farting? He goes, like, even right at the end, like, during Sophia, like, there's a fucking fart noise.
I thought Steve might have just left his mic open and had burritos or something. I can't figure it out. I didn't.
So we're gonna go right to the source. We're gonna go to Steve.
What'd you have for dinner tonight, Steve? We gonna get anything?
It was not burrito. It was not my burritos in the farts, and by that I mean I keep my microphone muted for these things, except when I'm called on, like I am now.
Right.
I did some investigating on the farts, and what I think happened is
you were ripping ass. Just be honest. You were ripping ass while we.
No, Adobe was. We tried a different filter for y'all's audio. So I have 2 different tracks here. This first track is without the audio filter.
Okay, let's hear.
Humidity.
That's like fucking Miami. That's ridiculous.
No, it's like.
So that was the first one. And let's jump ahead. Let's jump ahead to the second one.
Humidity.
That's like fucking. Yes, there it is.
Adobe added farts. I don't know how else to say this. We're using the Adobe voice enhancer, which uses AI to levelate things, and there's a bunch of more technical terms for it. But essentially, in doing so,
they ripped the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this the free version? Because maybe we should pay. There's money in the budget, Steve, if you need us to pay for this fucking thing.
No, it's the paid version.
Good
It's
God.
a thing. So, to those of you listening to this podcast on Monday, or live here on Patreon, There's no filter. The filters have been causing me too much problems. People have been complaining.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row we've had filter problems.
No more filters.
Boy, it gave you the big fuck you after 2 weeks ago. We were shooting on the filter on the air, and it was like, I'll show this guy. Unbelievable.
The first filter didn't work for a different reason. The second filter worked, but it added farts. No more filters.
All right, so there we go.
So,
yeah, that was very obvious.
Kevin was not farting. I wasn't farting, at least on my microphone.
Sean wasn't farting.
I still think you're covering up, Steve. I think the mic was off.
The thing that kills me, though, is like how I'm getting accused of farting when every other episode I'm yelled at because my mic is in and out. You can't hear me, but all of a sudden you can hear me so well that you can hear me pass gas. Fuck, I pass gas sitting next to my wife, and I'm so good at it. I don't get fucking busted.
She's got no idea, right? You just
no, because I always just blame the dog when
play it off on the dog, right?
Fucking Cooper, come on!
I would love that. Your dog is 4 pounds and
10.
You are not, and I love that you're trying to pass that smell off, on a fucking 4 pound Yorkie.
You let Cooper rip one of those fucking Heigl organ meat farts on you. And you tell me that can't fucking stand up to a 285-pound man's fucking who eats a clean diet.
Very good.
So.
If you want to join the fun here, guys, and sit with us every week, go to KliqThisTV.com and join the 11 Soft Club, powered by Patreon. No technical issues anymore. We are long and strong and down to get the friction on, except for a little bit of gas. But and for our people, I'll drop a little tease. I hate when people do this, but I'm going to do it because a lot of our people have been here since day one on the subscription side of things at KliqThisTV.com. Going to have a special show coming up for you guys. It's going to air early for you. It will be a regular show, but we're going to have a guest on coming up, and you guys are going to get it for the live taping, so you'll be in the room with us and the guest, and then you'll have access to it on your portal there, on the subscription portal. And then the rest of the world will hear it a couple of weeks after that, but we're going to tape it early because it's a special guest. So there's a little tease. Go to KliqThisTV.com if you want that, and all special stuff. I did talk about special programming. It's stuff like that that'll be popping up here and there. And the ability to be here with us live and ask Kev questions. There was a news item from the wrestling world, Kevin, to shift gears from the important stuff, from the less important stuff of the world, I should say, than CM Punk possibly restructuring his deal with WWE. It looks like he's going to try one of those Bret Hart deals that Bret actually had to get out of course, in the mid to late 90s. The whole 10-year or 20-year thing that Vince offered Bret. Well, it looks like, if this reporting is correct, that CM Punk has proposed such a thing to WWE.
I like the fact that he actually, not only was he going to stay there for life, but he was actually taking Shawn Michaels' job of running NXT.
Well, no. Well, the piece I saw said that he didn't say that, I don't think, right? Wasn't that the reporter? Let me get the actual text here so we don't. Basically, here's a quote from the guy at Wrestling Purists with a 4-letter name. Basically, he wants to work out, he wants to get paid, and then he wants, when it's time to slow it down and just run NXT. So this is from someone else's mouth. I don't have a quote from Phil.
Right.
But this is a reporter saying that, yes.
I'm not saying that Phil
that
said
he thinks
it.
it's time for Shawn to do a Biden.
But no, I just found it amusing.
Would he be good in that role, you think?
Well, I mean, he's a huge star. There's no doubt about that. He's a draw. But before I give him like an extra 3 years of fucking huge money, I think maybe I get a year out of him and see if he doesn't break down. I'm serious. I mean,
Before pulling out the 10-year contract?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, well, you know, I don't know if he has 6 years left. You know, but I would.
I said 10 years, but I think the term they attributed to him was forever. He'd like to be here forever.
Then, now, forever.
Correct.
I believe that's the opening of the WWE Raw.
Let me ask you a question. Would you have put your money on, going back when you were riding with Shawn, okay? It's the late 90s, mid 90s, and 95, 96, you're riding with Shawn. Would you have pegged him for a developmental type job? Would he have been the guy to pick?
Well, Shawn, when he got injured, ran a wrestling school. He had his own wrestling school.
In Houston, not Houston.
San Antonio.
San Antonio, right. But
and turned out some talent that were in the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was no doubt that he has an absolute. Him and Hunter both have they love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's what they wanted. I mean, that's what they both wanted to be. They wanted to be pro wrestlers.
Did Shawn have the temperament to teach back then, though? I know he's maybe a different guy now, but
he didn't need. He still had so much. I mean, he still had, you know, Hell in a Cell with Taker to do, and he just didn't know it.
Mm.
I mean, he had so much unfinished business and unfinished work to do in the ring. I think him finding Christ and having a woman that fucking, you know, him and Rebecca are a great team, and you know he's got two wonderful kids. It's just like he had to get at peace with himself and with his life and everything else before he could go out and do his next piece of work, which, you know, Paul had done such a magnificent job of creating, having the eye, having the vision to continue the creation of NXT. And then when it was time, you know, when Paul was taking more responsibility from the main roster to have the foresight to put Shawn in that position, you know. But they were down there together, running it together. It's just that, you know, it was a pretty flawless transaction. No, it's just
Shawn's commitment to his Christianity. Does it? I don't want to say get in the way, but is it something ever that you have to navigate around? Does it come up? Can you still talk about the old days and fucked up shit you did, and can he go nitty gritty with you when he talks to you now?
He's not gonna curse.
Okay, is that a sin?
Huh?
Is that a sin? Cursing?
I think it's a preference.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
but
I've always wondered who. I mean, I figured in that car of 5 guys that I was cussing for somebody, and it ended up being Shawn.
You did enough for both of you.
I drop enough fucking F-bombs in a day to, you know. The first words out of my mouth most mornings when my phone goes off is, "Oh fuck."
Yeah. Okay, so maybe not you, but what about Scott in his tougher times? Did Shawn? No. I meant, did Shawn offer as a path for Scott salvation through Christ?
Scott was saved. Scott said grace before every meal.
Really? Was that from his upbringing? I know he had like a military family. Pretty
His
conservative.
mother's very religious.
Yeah.
We had, when Scott passed, we had a religious ceremony with his family.
Well, the reason I ask is because as an outsider and all the Kliq stories I know and all the Kliq stuff, it's a card that when you look at the hand stands out, that following a doctrine like that. And I know it was later in life Shawn went to it, but I just wondered if that permeates the Kliqness of y'all sometimes.
Yeah, no, the three of us have all grown and we've all gone but I think that it's the fact that we always had each other's backs and nobody ever didn't. You know, like, I don't know.
I guess that's kind of a Christian mentality, right? Standing by your brother, helping your brother. And
so but
I mean, all of you were practically on the pulpit in '95. You just didn't know it.
Well, I mean, but I was brought up, my father took us to church every Sunday. And I'm sure that I would have been brought up really religious had it not been for the sake that, of the fact that my father died. My mom, that next Sunday came up and my mom said, there's
Take
no
your shoes
God.
off.
Yeah, there's no God because no God on this earth would take a husband away from these three young kids. And that's,
Yeah.
I still got my church on Sunday from Davy and Goliath, the animated claymation.
Davy and Goliath.
Remember that?
I do.
Gee, Davy.
Sunday mornings. It was was it claymation or
yeah, it was
claymation. Stop animation.
I think it was. It was kind of but I mean it was definitely classic fucking shit, man.
Amazing. In a fit of insanity, Tony Khan talked about an AEW and WWE Super Show that he'd be open to. He'd be open to that, by the way.
Oh,
if anyone was wondering.
Boy, glad that got answered. I thought for sure that he wouldn't want that rub.
No, I would imagine he would have turned that down. This was a topic. It came up, and he spoke on it on an interview show. I'll give credit to the
Hey, Tony,
outlet.
Just in case you talk to your dad, I'd be more than happy to kick extra points for the Jaguars. I don't know if I can do it or not, but I'll take the contract. Just in case you were wondering. Or your father.
Fightful carried this, and Tony addressed some possible crossover if it was offered to him, showed a willingness to work with other promotions over the years, like NJPW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, CMLL, Stardom, and through WWE into that mix. And he said, "quote I
watched last night."
It was Rich Eisen, by the way, is where this was said. I want to give credit.
I watched MJF versus Osprey, their hour match. I watched that. I watched it last night. And
Wesley.
It was very interesting. It was not what I expected. There's some intangibles that I don't think a lot of people would know. I'm curious if that's the old building that's like on the state fairgrounds in Little Rock that they ran, that 9,000 seat arena. That's you got to drive through the fucking hood to get to. I'm curious if it's that building because that building was always even in like they threw. They threw so much shit at us when we came down as NWO. We said, next person that throws something, we're gone. And they fucking threw some more shit. And me and Scott, and I think Kid was with us, turned around and we went up and walked in the locker room, and I forget who the agent was, but the agent just walked in there, and we're taking our boots and shit off, and we're just like, no, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck them. Like, we're not
Looks
going
like it
out
was
there.
Simmons Bank Arena, formerly Alltel Arena, Verizon Arena in Little Rock.
I
So
think
don't know
they
what it
have.
was
I think
back
they
then.
built a new arena
Okay.
from that, because that Little Rock Arena is like the one in Shreveport. That's like the one that used to be at San Antonio. I think it was called Freeman Coliseum or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It's back where the Spurs played in the ABA. But
yeah. So just in case you were wondering, that he'd be open to a co-promoted event.
I was talking about that match I watched.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
And
It's my CTE. I'm sorry.
it's all right. No, it was like I said, it was from Little Rock, so you don't really know what the vibe was, but it wasn't like a holy shit and this is awesome. It was none of that. It started out kind of that Circus Olay style is what I call it, where it's it feels very choreographed and very you put me into this, and it's just I have a hard time with when a guy gets knocked out on the top rope, and then the guy gets on the top rope that's on the offense, and as he's getting on the top rope, the guy from a dead cell with his head still down walks up,
Stands for the suplex.
Basically walks up to and plants himself, and they do the 1, 2, 3 Olay. That's kind of hard for me to I'm sorry. It's just I'm just like, oh, okay.
It becomes it looks like choreography, right?
Well,
Got it.
I mean, beyond. It's like it's so. But that's I'm 65 years old. I know I'm an old man. The business has passed me, but at the same time, those two youngsters that are in pretty damn good shape and pretty damn young realize that going 60 minutes, you got to work house show style. And they did.
Mm.
A lot of double knockouts. A lot of fucking going outside and not touching the person until you fucking caught your breath.
For the layperson who may not be a wrestling fan, just explain what you mean by house show style and why it's differentiated from television.
Because you can't. It's impossible to fucking memorize a 60-minute match.
Mm-hmm.
Impossible. So you're gonna have to go out there and you're gonna have to call a match. And you might have worked with each other 20 times, and you might have pieces of a match that you'll have a name for. Let's do the Berlin finish right here. But at the same time, there's so much time that you've got to make up that you got to call it out there. You got to feel with the people. Like they're not getting with this. We need to switch this around. So they went out there and did kind of a house show match. I think the thing that impresses me the most of Osprey is he's not a little skinny runt fucking guy. That motherfucker is like a cat. You could throw him off the Empire State Building. That motherfucker would land flat on his fucking back, fucking neck tucked. It's just like, like kudos, dude. Like maybe I would have been a whirling dervish too if I would have realized that there was no way I was going to break my bean. But I just like the fact that they went for the Tiger Driver he went for the Tiger Driver at the end, and he said he would never use that move because he hurt the one guy, which gave him that. I always call it the Thulsa Doom Conan moment, where Thulsa Doom's trying to convince Conan that without fucking Thulsa Doom's hatred of cutting off his mother's head in front of him, and he would have nothing to drive him forward. Then Conrad comes out of it and hacks James Earl Jones's head off. They had that moment, and but it was too late, and MJF fucking got the win. And it was kind of like, whoa, is that it? And then they waited, and then Justin Roberts made the call that the championship was and new whatever one of 100 belts they have champion.
Right.
So I think it was the international champion. Was that what it was, guys? Wesley says
Wesley,
yes.
he's got the belt tattooed on his left forearm.
Hey man, I love the fact that Wesley. I mean, it's just Wesley keeps me.
We need Wesley, absolutely.
Well, he tells me like I didn't think it was as good as Osprey's match with the cat and the mask. I didn't think it was as good as that match. Takashita. But I didn't think it was as good as that match. Because that match was like that was a holy shit. But I liked the grittiness and I enjoyed it. I felt like watching some wrestling, and I got to watch like an hour of fucking like wrestling from two really, from two good hands. One's, I mean, is when I first saw AJ work, I was just like, wow, this guy's like that next, that next grade of guy up. It's like a Shawn Michaels. There's just that next grade. Sean Waltman, probably the most underrated of all of them, was that next level worker that could do things that nobody else did.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I enjoyed that last night. And then earlier in the night, I watched Raw and watched how they're putting the pieces together to get to SummerSlam.
Right.
And they, Punk gets cleared. He comes down, cuts a promo. Drew says, "No, I'm not ready. I don't want to fucking do this." And then they do the pull apart. And I was cringing on the pull apart because I'm just like, man, that's like there's no worse thing than having a bunch of fucking greenhorns grabbing on you. Like I used to tell the guy,
arms flying everywhere.
Oh, but you got a fucking just a brand new repaired tricep.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
It was just like, fuck. Okay, yeah, Raw's on Sci-Fi the next because of the Olympics. So I think the next 2 weeks they're on Sci-Fi. So if you tape Raw like I do, you're gonna have to make sure you get buzzing on Sci-Fi. But
they've built up to a nice main event now for SummerSlam, right?
Well, I mean,
guest ref and
they got Seth now. So Seth comes in, and is it going to be because they finally got McIntyre and Punk? Is Seth going to fuck him? And it not like, to me, the story goes the best if you keep McIntyre fucking where he doesn't go over. It's what they did with Cody. So whether it be Seth and I would hope it would be a combination of Seth and Punk with something creative that wasn't just absolutely black and white. That Seth was. But
right, because after all this, you don't want to kill somebody.
No.
But you know what? A loss in and of itself, and we've discussed this through the months prior, a loss doesn't necessarily kill somebody anymore.
Not when you're somebody like Drew that's just, I mean, you have a presence to you, and it's like they're going to wait. They're gonna, they waited on Cody, they'll wait on Drew. I think that it's, when you're a worker and you got some guy in a chin, in a rear chin, and the building's going boring, boring, and you're the baby face, sitting in the chin. You're like, do something, man. Let me fight back. Like the old timer tells you, just fucking sit there and shut up, kid. We're calling this match, not the fucking house. And so I think that's what the WWE's doing. It's just like, you just sit there, fucking Mickey Mark, and watch the show. We're calling this one. So I'll tell you a great story. I'm working, I think it was a dark match. I was working Shawn Michaels. I was a babyface. And, or maybe I was a heel. I don't know. Because I think I had Shawn in a rear chin.
Mm-hmm. Just where you used to blow them up by putting all your weight
no, this
on
is
his
just,
back?
we're in San Bernardino, man, and it's like in the Orange Center, which is almost like outdoors. And he told me, he says, let's just fucking sit here. And a minute of people saying boring seems like fucking 2 weeks. And fucking he just yells out as I've got him in the, they love us. like I could give two fucking shits. I just want to go home. So.
Do you have to cover the laugh with your hair or something? Let it fall over your face? And
no, because at that point, if he's going to scream that, I'm going to laugh. Like, fucking,
Anyone out there with house show footage of that? That would be much sought after.
You would have to realize that they'd have to shoot it on fucking Zapruder film. That's a long time ago.
Well, no, but there's house show shit from. I mean, there are people holding VHS cameras in.
But I mean that was the Garden. That's a different. I guess that curtain call shot is almost like the Zapruder film, right?
It's like wrestling Zapruder film.
Yeah, there's no other.
Paul had to go back into the left and job for the next 6 months.
Yeah, his career went back into the left.
Back to the left, exactly.
Has anybody seen? Because this is a constant topic on our show, is the JFK assassination. They have one now where this woman was. Basically sidewalk, at sidewalk as a motorcade went by, and she said that she clearly saw the driver turn around and fire into Kennedy's head, and
but nobody else saw it.
That the bullet appeared to come slow motion. She said, if you watch, and she shows the doctored, like what we see is the official film now. Mm-hmm. But the only thing that's great about this is, and I don't know if it's been fucked with or not, but there's a piece that when Kennedy's car comes and he's being hit, there's a tree in the background that you can see, and there's like, I don't know, probably 3 feet of the trunk of the tree missing, and then there's just the trunk goes up into the top of the tree.
So suggesting an edit of some kind?
Some doctrination or something, But the only thing is if you do any research on the Kennedy, it's the round that did the damage came from the back, and it was a small caliber because when it hit, it basically tumbled, and that's why when they showed the X-ray, there's bone fragments all in the back of Kennedy's skull and his brain, which would never happen with a Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, okay. Where did this surface? This.
Oh God, who knows?
Was it on social media, or is there a documentary?
Yeah, it was on. It's funny. Like you get on X and you fuck with X for a while, and then you go and then you get to where there's like the X clips,
mm-hmm.
and because I'm an Instagram guy where I'll just press the the eyeglass and just kind of go through. get lost in that. There was one today. I think I sent you some of them from the moon.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, you're on the moon thing again.
They had the different,
the way the dust flies on the moon versus.
Well, I mean that's a pretty fucking valid point.
I don't know that to be the guy on the voiceover is saying it like he knows it to be fact, but I would need to talk to a scientist before I knew what kicked up dust would do on the moon.
Well, I mean,
it would float a little and then fold.
How would it float? There's no atmosphere.
Because we float on the moon.
We're in pressurized suits.
We would bounce, right? Because we'd be floating if we weren't.
We would explode if we weren't in those suits.
But I'm saying that there's a very, very weak pull, right?
It's a sixth, right?
It maybe. I don't know for sure.
But
anyway, go ahead.
The Earth's gravity is like a sixth of what the pull is on Earth because of the distance that the moon is. Mm-hmm. I think that's. I'm not fucking in any way making a strong statement. Please don't write 4 paragraphs about I need to go back and fucking take a physics course or whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're as educated about it as the guy that probably did the voiceover on that video. But you were looking today. You wanted to say.
I was just looking at it. And there's a great one where it shows Neil Armstrong coming down the steps, and it's that grainy shot. And then all of a sudden, he fucking like a lighting fucking fixture falls, and you see some fucking guy crawling like from the back to move it. And you hear the voiceover, which is supposed to be Armstrong, say, "I guess we're doing another take."
That's good.
And I saw that one today. But I mean, it's you know, with AI and everything else, man, it's like as soon as we get
what's
AI,
real and what's fake is all going to be up for debate.
Fuck! I mean, I'm sure that they'll have me absolutely convinced that I'll be buying a ticket to go to the Loch Ness. So
well, they were pretty convincing with us when we showed some news stories that Biden wasn't real, right? That we had some people come out with that it was all being doctored.
And that's what's so funny. That's that whole QAnon thing.
Yeah.
It's like that was their whole narrative. That all these different people and that the military was in charge and this and that. And then all of a sudden that whole narrative just goes, I'm out. And they're like, imagine what that must be like, right?
Mm-hmm.
For them, because they're fucking putting together a puzzle, and they're getting these facts, and they actually think they're smarter than everyone else, and they can't help themselves but to tell us that James Wood is playing Joe Biden, and this Peters guy is playing Joe Biden, and this other actor is playing Joe Biden, and that's why his ears look different. And if you see any woman that's had a full facelift, you know, their ears absolutely change, you know, where
Yes.
they're at on their face. And, you know, there's always a simple, you know, I'm thinking to myself, like,
The episode 46, if anyone's wondering. All
Biden
of our faces on
doppelgangers,
Biden.
yeah. Fucking maybe we had a little bit of a surge this week. Maybe we get 1,000 people to jump on that episode and watch it. So it'll make it to a 12,000.
That little push right there did it, Kev.
Yeah,
Got
that was it.
episode
Right there,
over the edge.
But yeah, it just, man, all of a sudden it's just like, then Kamala's like, today she was talking to the Israeli Prime Minister, man, and she came out and.
I know she's pushing the ceasefire pretty hard.
Well, she's done an excellent job. You know, she's really done an excellent job.
See where it goes. Kev, it's time for the tap out. That's where we're going to go right now. I'm going to play you a little clip. This is one of my favorite things on the internet.
Please don't let it be Biden's first minute of that Thursday debate.
No, that's going to be an early tap, right? No, this is from a Spanish television show, so there are subtitles, but it does not matter what's being discussed. It's simply this guy's laugh, which I enjoy, and but I could see maybe how it would become unbearable to others. But this is I don't even know the name of the show. It's some show from another land, but doesn't even matter what he's talking about.
That's a cat from Monty Python.
It looks like a little John Cleese,
John Cleese.
with less teeth. You're going to see in a moment. So he's got Bam Bam Bigelow's dentist. There we go.
Las chanclas, todo despeinado porque no me dio tiempo nada ponerme las chanclas y el bañador. Voy a la playa, había subido la marea.
All right. Bye.
That's your tap. That was it. You got about 5 seconds. That's the. By the way, that's the Ecuadorian Bryant Gumbel.
It's not a laugh. That's a fucking seal.
So what somebody did, you could put it as a follow-up. If you don't like the first one, you won't like this either. But they changed the subtitles completely, and so for anyone who doesn't speak Spanish, and subtitled it that he was talking about Trump building the wall. That is the.
No, we don't need to waste.
You don't even want to see that.
No. It's going to be the same. It's the same.
So you've tapped on both.
Yeah,
Florida man and Jersey guy. Let's see where we are on this.
How about this? That was
for our active. Go ahead, finish your sentence. This was what?
I was going to say it's like a bad blowjob. I'm not going to like once you realize it's a bad blowjob, it's like time to bail. I'm not going to. Well, it'll probably get better an hour from now.
Well, you might give her a chance to redeem herself.
What is she gonna do? This time she's gonna wear a MAGA hat.
Correct. All right, Jersey man, Florida man, Jersey guy. 2 headlines for anyone who doesn't know this game. Very popular. You know, we get a lot of suggestions on Twitter of news items that people feel would be good for the show, but I can't pick them.
Lately though, you've been giving me like nothing to go on. I've had like a crawl. It's like it's very different.
If there's anything obvious, then it's pointless in me giving it to you because.
Yeah, but if it's a 50-50.
But I also don't want to swerve you.
If it's a 50-50, then it's just like I said. It's 2 cars pull up to a 7-Eleven. Which one's got the Jersey tag? Which one's? If it's that, it's just like.
And based on the behavior, you would probably guess it. Okay. You find things a lot of times that I don't think from the title that don't give me an indication that give you an indication.
All right, let's see what we got. I'm in a slump. I'm trying to fucking psych myself up.
Here we go. Man arrested after ripping seagull's head off when it tried to swipe fries from his daughter. And man has junk food feast in a closed Walgreens after 5 hours in the bathroom. Man arrested after ripping seagull's head off.
Jersey Shore allows there to be seagulls in both. So that doesn't. And then you've got Walgreens in Jersey. We have Walgreens down here. And they had some guy locked himself in the bathroom and had a feast. So now it's just a pick'em. Because there's really nothing. And I'm going to go with the actual murdering of a seagull in Florida and the other one, Jersey.
See, you're wrong. And in the beginning, when you were giving your explanation for why this sucked, you hit the nail on the head and you said the Jersey Boardwalk with the food and the fries and the seagulls there.
But we have the same thing.
You have beaches where you could bring the food to, but on the boardwalk in Jersey, they sell the fries.
We have a boardwalk in Daytona Beach.
Steve just informed me of that too. I don't know.
I do.
This is the.
I live here.
No, I don't know about your logic here. I think it's something you're not channeling like you used to.
No,
the behavior.
There's no differentials. There's both places. Both could happen in either place. Just as it's a 50-50 jump.
I'll make sure it says man kills. Tony Soprano kills seagull when it takes fries from daughter next week.
No, you can keep doing it. I'm just saying.
Thank you, Franklin
What?
Ziegler.
Thank you.
Caveman.
What?
You said you can keep doing it, and I said thank you. The segment.
Oh,
We'll keep doing the segment.
You cut me off rudely there, so I was just.
That's how I am. Listen, they wanted us to fight this week. All the comments that we get along too well, and
All
right. Franklin Ziegler. Let me give you the particulars here for everyone. Of Cape May, New Jersey, was at the Surfside Pier. Okay, when the unfortunate bird flew down to eat. Made that mistake, but won't again. And the man in the bathroom would have been in, let's see, New Smyrna Beach, Kevin. It's a very un-New Smyrna Beach thing, I think, to lock yourself in the bathroom.
That's New Smyrna Beach is an hour, a mile, maybe 2 miles south of me.
Yeah.
Right here.
Isn't that where the Garlic is, that restaurant I go to in New Smyrna? Yeah. So he went into the bathroom at 9:40, didn't leave the bathroom until 2:42, but he went to town, had plenty of items in there, including a Tostito spinach dip, chips.
But our Walgreens, if you went in the restroom, there's 2 stalls and a urinal. So you would have to, whoever shut the place up would have to just,
obviously made a glaring omission when they were closing the bathroom for the night when didn't check. They obviously didn't check. Obviously, they would have seen all the wrappers on the floor. What time do they close? Would you think that was like a midnight?
I think the one on Beachside closes at 10, maybe 9.
Wow. Okay, so that was the whole.
Then there's one
probably 10. Then if he went in at 9:40.
There's one at Daytona in Daytona Beach proper, not the shores. That's not Beachside. I know there's one that's 24 hours.
There's some are, but this one he was in there after closing. So I was just wondering if he probably snuck in right before. They probably closed at 10. He slid in at 9:40. Maybe they had cleaned the bathrooms like at 9:30 before that, and he remained undetected. If you're listening, the gentleman who was responsible, I didn't catch his name, please let us know. Game time. I want to tell everybody about Game Time. I was on Game Time today, as a matter of fact, checking out. Tonight as we're recording this, is Billy Joel's last show of his residency at Madison Square Garden. So I went on just out of curiosity to see where tickets were at, but obviously I couldn't go because I have a show tonight. But I used that game. I fired up that Game Time app. It was the first place I went. If anyone doesn't know what the hell I'm talking about, Game Time is the place to go. Okay, for last-minute tickets, that's what they specialize in. But it's not only for last-minute tickets. You can go on for any upcoming event. Bring up their interface that I love, where you can click the seat and see the view from the seat to the stage. We're talking theaters.
Can we look up anybody?
Yeah, an event, you mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
Because we know Billy Joel was. Steve, can you look up and see if Sade is going to be anywhere?
Sade? I'm sure she's still working. It's SADE, actually,
yeah.
Steve. There's these millennials. SADE. No, Nothing coming up. No. She's still around. She's still. She put out any new music?
I don't know. Last time I saw her was at the Fox Theater.
Huh.
When it's one of those people that, when I listen to their music, it's just like, it puts me all over the place, just like, but it's if there's better music to make love to than Sade, I haven't found it.
Remember that video? I think it was probably for Smooth Operator, where she's playing a torch singer.
Rick Rude used to walk out to Smooth Operator at WCW at the house shows.
Oh, at the house shows? Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty slick. Yeah. What did he? Did he have Smooth on his? No, simply ravishing was what he had on his tights. But anyway, so Game Time. If Sade were performing, Kevin would have.
How about here's one? I know that her and her husband are Pat Benatar.
Oh, they're actually coming to.
I know they're like in Austin and some other places.
They're near me soon. I keep hearing the advertisement on the radio, and I'm flirting with going. They're going to be in.
The last time I saw her was the Get Nervous fucking.
The old school
tour.
Yeah. Anything near Kev? Let's see. California,
Cali,
San Jose,
Portland,
Vegas. I don't know. I know they're going to be out here at the Beacon Theater, I think.
Yeah, I think that's
Oh, they're looking for near San Diego, I think. Steve is.
There's
there's
Indianapolis.
Can you click like all events or something like that? I don't know. All Pat Benatar. Okay. So let's see if we were in. I don't know. Pick a city, Kev. Where would you want to see her?
Let's see where they're going to be. Let's go to the Palms Casino Resort and.
In Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So there's the interface. So we're looking at the theater. You're looking at the schematic of the theater. Those little dollar amounts on all those seats are available tickets through Game Time. And if you click on one, Steve has chosen the. How much is this one that we clicked on here, Steve? We're looking at the. It shows you the view to the seat, 302 row H, $65 each. Amazing.
But there's only one, right?
No, that's for two people.
Okay, so let me
each 65 each.
Pull 492 up.
So right there, you'd be in row one. I'm guessing, right? Yeah, that's
two seats together.
Row A, two seats. It's not bad. 492.
Perfect.
So you're seeing
drop a G to see Pat.
Yeah. So that's exactly how you use the app, guys. Search your event.
Come at you with a little Love Is a Battlefield.
Yes, I was a fan of her. Fire and Ice. I always thought was a good vocal from her, as well.
Shadows in the. We're running in the shadows of the night.
You Better Run was another good early cut. But guys, browse through the Game Time app. You've got a ton of upcoming Major League Baseball games in all the major cities around the country. Go there. Go to Game Time.
Maybe we can see Diesel at the DNC.
Right. I wonder if can you get tickets for that on Game Time? That would be the ultimate. But guys, we're going to get you a discount. Take the guesswork out of buying your Major League Baseball tickets. Use Game Time. You can go to gametime.co and not com, co if you're on the laptop, or just put the app on the phone. That's the easiest way to go. Select your event, browse the seats, click on them, see the view. And it's so super easy. I clicked a couple of buttons. They ended up in my wallet, and I used them that night. Now, use the code KLIQ, K-L-I-Q. You're going to get $20 off your first purchase. Okay, terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code KLIQ, KLIQ, for $20 off. All right, download that Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. We thank Game Time, one of our many sponsors that we use and love. Ask Nash, hashtag Ask Nash is how you do this part of the show. You will type that on socials, and we will find you.
Get nervous. Get nervous.
Like we did. What is that?
I was just singing Pat Benatar, Get Nervous, at the beginning.
Oh, what is that track? You see, I don't remember that track. What's that off of?
That was the title. That was the title of that album. I saw her in Frankfurt.
Was that the album cover where she's like in a straitjacket?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I think it's like almost like the DX, the fucking chartreuse coloring and stuff.
Right.
I may be wrong. I believe they saw her on the moon is what it was.
Yes.
Dust behind her.
With the yes, she was weightless. That's how she could pull off all
Except
those notes.
for the dust.
The deplorable Chris C. asks, does Kevin think that the NWO would have played out different and had more longevity if Hunter had changed sides and been the third man? Would Hunter's coming have changed?
No, because
anything?
Paul was up and coming. I mean, if Vince was sending two hitmen in that were top guys in the WWF at that time, and the third person's coming, who is more stamped WWF than Mr. Saturday Night Main Event, Hulk Hogan?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, and he had never been a heel in most people's lifetime. So,
if the timeline was different and it was like after the DX thing, maybe.
Oh,
right?
fuck it, yeah, but I mean,
that would have been different. But at the time,
that's the beauty of what we were able to do was Scott and I were 6 days apart. You know, so Scott came out, then I came the next week, and then we waited till Hulk got, you know, we had a pay-per-view, and we had to get that third person, and, you know,
right.
Thank God, you know, that it worked out that it was Hulk, and, you know, there's a reason why there's still NWO shirts, and those, every time I watch a show, there's an NWO shirt someplace. So.
Correct. Gary King. Ever been to the craziness of the Toronto airport? I've been at, okay, so it's like two questions. That one, and then he wanted to ask you with about where to place cardio in the workout at the beginning or the end. Take Toronto airport first.
Dude, I've been flying in the Toronto airport for so long that it used to actually be a 20-minute ride before you saw fucking anything from the airport. There was no construction out there. I mean, it was like.
What does he refer? He's referencing the craziness of the Toronto airport.
Yeah, but it's like you know, it's like JFK now. Like JFK used to be a pretty easy, you know, place to get around. LaGuardia was an easy place to get around.
Uh-huh.
Now you land in those places, they're like Heathrow. You know, it's a half-hour walk, you know, from
right.
You know, any major metropolitan area that's, I mean, you know, Toronto's grown and grown and grown and grown, and it's like that they just keep. It's not like they, you know, it's not like a. That's one thing people don't get is, though I will say LaGuardia pretty much did. You know, it's not like a baseball stadium where they just build a new one and knock the old one down.
Mm.
You know, they just kind of add on, you know, renovate because it's the structure and the runways that are so, you know.
I flew out of Terminal C in Orlando last month, and I don't know if they renovate or if just I'd never been in C. Much
C's
nicer.
New.
Oh, it's new then. Okay,
C's
yeah. I was going
new.
to say it was a much more pleasant experience than I remembered.
Yeah, no, fucking.
Orlando.
That's a shit airport, man.
Yeah.
That's a horrible airport.
Blake. Hi, Big Kev. I recently returned to the gym, and your dedication to fitness is inspiring. Post-knee replacement. You built up your legs again. Post-stem, you built up your shoulders again. Wondering what your goals are now. Maintain or more growth?
Always going to grow. I mean, the chance that you're going to, it's like the guy that says, hey, man, I want to start lifting weights. I don't want to get, like, big and bulky. Like, bitch, don't worry about it. I'm looking at you genetically.
Kev, I don't want to get big and bulky.
Yeah, unless they fucking get it down where you can get your head put on somebody else's body, you ain't going to be big and bulky. I've been trying my whole life to put on muscle size, man. It's one of the hardest things on earth. But I go in not to maintain, but to grow.
Mm.
I go in to if I, like the other day I was doing like my last set on leg presses was around, I don't know how much the sled weighs, so probably 600 pounds. So my last set's a slow, deep 12 reps because I just don't need to go any heavier than that. And I'm getting like I'm always sore. I always but I think was it Sunday or Sunday I trained legs, and I did the 12 reps, and I don't lock my knees out, but I was in the as straight as my legs go, like position before I lock it into place to make sure it doesn't come down on top of me. And I said, fuck it, man, let's get 3 more. Let's do 15. And it was like the first one was like, all right, 13, 14. Fuck, man, that coming out of the hole was like, and I fucking had to do like, and then actually fucking, I mean, to the point where the next morning when I wiped, I got a little bit of bright red blood on blowing something out of my fucking O-ring. But, and it was one of those things where I got done with it, and it's a key gym, so there's nobody in there. So if I couldn't have got that rep, I'd have been like, not like anybody's going to fucking be able to get 600 pounds off you anyway. And, I got it, and I had this fucking, I was elated that I got it. And I came to then you come to the realizations of, why the fuck did you do that? 'Cause, man, like,
that's what I was just going to say. You're bleeding out of your asshole. What did you just prove?
I guess I proved to me, I guess it goes back to that fucking eye of the tiger. Like, when you lose that eye of the tiger, man, like when you fucking, like, there's just something about, like, getting that fucking extra rep and not letting your ass go off the bench. Like, not cheating to fucking get it, but just getting it because you grunted. And then, I don't go to failure on anything but machines nowadays anyway. I don't go to failure. I might on dumbbells because I can just bail on those. But, man, I'm not putting a free bar on my fucking neck and going to failure. I'll do it in the Smith machine where I can lock out.
Going to failure meaning you do it until you literally cannot lift the bar anymore.
I mean, because there's different failures. There's a positive failure, whereas you can't, if it's a bench press, you can no longer push the bar off of you. And then in the old days of high intensity, then you would do negatives where, like, a guy on each side of the fucking Smith machine would push the fucking weight up, and then you would fucking fight 1,000, 1,000, 2,005 to stop the weight to your chest, and they push it up again. So you take you go to positive failure, then negative failure, and then you were done with the set. Well, in essence, that should be your workout if you ever did that, because now you've fucking completely torched your fucking central nervous system. And, you know, the only time, and it takes a long time for people to realize this, the only time when you're growing muscle is when you're resting and recuperating and feeding and nourishing. You're not building muscle when you're tearing down your muscle tissues. The only time, so you gotta have rest. That's why the guy that had the 9,000 sets, it's just like, and then what? Okay, is that once? Then you don't train for 2 days? Or are you gonna get up the next day and put that kind of an overload on another muscle group, because it's just your body just can't do it. And the older you get, man, just to get that, I mean, there are days where I'll train chest and I'll go back 5-6 days later and think I can do chest again and do 2 movements and go, like, no. Like, I'll do a warm-up
because it wasn't
movement.
enough rest.
It just
And you
wasn't
don't
enough
know that
rest.
until you sit down.
Right. I
and
mean,
do it.
you can't, because a lot of times you think it's just onset soreness from something else you did. Maybe my chest might be sore because I did overhead triceps a couple days after that, and I probably cheated somehow and got my upper chest involved, and then you realize, like, no, man, you're not ready to go.
Gotcha. So along the lines of your bloody asshole, Peter D. said, Kevin, I had a hernia operation yesterday. Have you ever had one from all the weights you've done? You ever get a hernia from the strain?
Nah.
Okay.
Knock wood.
You wear a belt when you work out?
I used to.
Why don't you anymore?
No, I because I noticed that when I used to, I didn't spend as much time on my core. So I seem to spend a lot more time on my core now. So, and that's one of the things I do. The first thing, like when I get something, is I suck my belly button basically to my spine as part of, like, to stabilize, like, get everything tight before I make the movement. So and then that way everything's that's basically just going to be stagnant during the movements, standardized, and then I can just concentrate on using the muscle I'm training.
Okay. How about our 11 soft members in the house? You can join them by going to KliqThisTV.com and signing up. Ref Chris Daniels, Fighting Spirit Pro. Do you have any advice for a referee soon becoming a commentator? I make my commentary debut for Fighting Spirit Pro next week in Atwater.
Are you a color commentator or are you play-by-play?
Good question. Good question. Let us know, Chris, and we'll get the answer. So let's hear for both. What do you look for in a play-by-play, Kev?
Play-by-play, I mean, you've got to make sure that if you're the play-by-play guy, that you're not. I mean, this, of course, I haven't really worked anywhere that wasn't televised, but as a color commentator, I mean, as a play-by-play, you have to call the match through the monitor in front of you. Because you don't know. I mean, you got to call what's being seen at home.
What's being seen by the fans, yeah. The viewers, I mean, yeah.
Too many times, people, and I'll do it a lot of times when I'm brought down, to fuck around at the desk or something like that, and I'll watch the match here, and instead of watching it on my monitor. So that's huge.
Can you call it like an NFL commentator, like a Joe Buck might, or do you have to get excited and yell?
Well, I don't know. I think that JR had the right degree of calling it like a sport, and then calling it with it. Oh my God! I mean,
Right.
to be excited, but at the same time, it's just like, the really great people that call sports, they're sports fans. They get as excited as anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now, how about for color?
Color, you've got to be. I think color helps if you're a personality that has been successful in the field that you're doing color on, and then, but also you've got to be articulate enough. Like, to me, Aikman, Romo, like, those guys are great color guys, but they're also they're so intelligent on reading defenses, and so they're giving you, well, one guy is giving you what the plays are. He's giving you his interpretation, which from my standpoint personally is the most important guy in the field is the quarterback. 9 times out of 10, that's kind of the make or break player on your team.
Who was the best combo? Was Summerall and Madden the best ever?
They were good. I mean, I tell you right now, I mean, there's a certain, I mean, Buck and Aiken are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Different time, different era, like Gifford and
Cosell, yeah.
And Dandy Don. I mean, that was because it was that was Monday Night Football, man. That was a party.
Yeah, it was as fun to listen to as the game.
Yeah.
That Monday Night Crew. And that was, I think, a lot of the success of Monday Night Football was that group. Who else in the audience? What do we have? Good luck, Chris, by the way. Let us know how you do. EP, Olympics were in Atlanta in 96. Have you ever been to an Olympic event in person? And in your opinion, is the 92 Dream Team the greatest basketball team ever?
No, I've never been to the Olympics. I can barely sit through the motherfuckers on TV. Yeah, I mean, the Dream Team was great.
Certainly best Olympic basketball team, right?
Well, I mean, there was some, what did I see the other day? I think it was in Bobby Knight coached like the 84 Olympic team, and they went and they played 6 exhibitions against NBA teams, and the 84 Olympic team, which was either going to be returning or going into the NBA as rookies, beat the NBA 6 straight games. Just so happened that Michael Jordan was on the 84 Olympic team.
Right.
But so it's like, it's one of those things where, who's to say that, because there for a while there, the Dream Team, yeah, I mean, just because you'll never get the same amount of cooperation, like everybody was in.
Yeah.
And that was such a, I mean, that's kind of, 92, that 90s was kind of a golden era of a lot of things. It was kind of a golden era of basketball. It was a golden era of wrestling. Like the 90s I don't know, man. It was growing up in the 90s, it just seemed like once we hit the millennial fucking shit just.
I think it's
Jericho's fault.
Who, Jericho?
Y2J.
Oh, Y2J, right. Cable TV had a lot to do with it, too, because it delivered us the opportunity to watch when it was just network, whatever basketball game was on at the time. And then initially, cable, you got your local team every night on, like, MSG Network. I would get the Knicks, and I guess Philly was getting. Then when you had all these other channels, TBS, TNT, and all that, now you could watch a ton of basketball. Like every night you had the ability to watch from cities all over the place. Same thing wrestling now too with the multi-night program. So it lent itself, the 90s lent itself to televised sports.
I love the fact that I watched the WNBA All-Stars play the against the it was the All-Stars. No, it was the U.S. Olympic team versus the WNBA All-Stars, and the fucking WNBA All-Stars beat the Olympic team, and it was like you could see it afterwards, like they were going over the shit and stuff, and the women's Olympic team was like gonna get dressed and get on a plane and fly to fucking catch a flight to fucking over to Paris. I think they were flying to London first or something, but was it Paris? For some reason I thought they had a flight to London first, but yeah, just I don't know, man. After them saying that Caitlyn girl, that she wasn't, she wasn't good enough to be in the on the Olympic team. She wasn't one of the top 12 players or whatever. And then they take 12 players away from the WNBA basically, and they get smoked by the next group below them.
Right.
So,
who else in the audience has something for us here? Courtney Blackman. 96 was such a good year. Magic came back to the NBA the same year. NWO arrived. Did you ever think about giving Magic an NWO shirt to when Rodman came along?
No.
When did you play with Magic? You told me there was like a
college. We went. No, we played in. We went to basketball camp together.
Camp. That's right.
In high school.
Right. How far is Lansing? He was from Lansing, right?
Yeah.
How far was Lansing geographically? Like if Detroit,
60 plus miles.
Okay, so still.
Oh, this is a great one.
Mm-hmm.
God, this is a great feed. So, my brother and I were talking, and we were talking about the whole the Trump assassination thing, and and he had listened to the show, and he said, you were spot on a lot of things. I said, thanks. He said, he said, my nephew, his son, works, he's a police officer in an area, and the area that he's in, I'm not going to, because I don't want him getting any heat or anything, but he was involved when Biden came up there, and he said the Secret Service came up there and had no idea that the area is very Michigan militia, Ku Klux Klan kind of an area. Like they were like, oh really? Like yeah, like this is this and in this region it's Ted Nugent's the president. So he said that then they realized that the airport that they were going to land was too small, so they had to land Biden in Lansing and then fucking take him by motorcade like 50 miles and shut down. And then like this is like they come up with this fucking this game plan like 40 hours before the POTUS is going to touch ground. And he was just like, man, he goes, if it wasn't for us and the State Patrol and a couple other groups that knew what the fuck we were doing, he said.
So it's like they had no intel. So they didn't.
Yeah. And it's just, so I'm thinking to myself, like, and isn't it funny? That Homeland Security thing that was brought on by a fucking bullshit anyway. But that man, that's a, because that's what the Secret Service falls under now, is Homeland Security.
A Department of Homeland Security, right? Okay.
Yeah, we were thinking. I was thinking it was the Treasury, but under further review.
Yeah. That's an interesting side.
I just love the TSA, which is one of my favorites, and how it changes from airport to airport. One of them, you give them your driver's license. The next one, you give them your ticket. The next one, you look into the fucking camera. Like, there's no, and then they look at you like you're batshit crazy if you don't. I'm sorry, I didn't know in Huntsville that you had to fucking draw me on an Etch-a-Sketch before I could get by you. Just didn't know. Yeah, didn't think it would be I thought that'd be a little too time consuming.
It's a federally administered bureau, right? I mean, it's not a local thing. So wouldn't you think that the rules? There was one airport I didn't even have to take my shoes off. I feel like it might have been when we went to Nashville, in one direction or the other. They're like, "No, leave your shoes on." I'm in the middle of taking my shoes off because I thought every airport you had to take your shoes off. They were like, "No, leave them on." I feel like it was that. I don't know. Someone will tell me if I was wrong.
I'm TSA, pre-checked. This is my favorite one. Is you have two options. You've got the old school, just door frame that you walk through, or you got the one where you fucking have to put your feet down and put your hands up and the thing spins around. So again, I'm in Huntsville, and this lady tells me, "Sir, you need to go in the other one." I said, "Well, I've got metal, I've got knee replacement, I've got ankle, I've got shit in my shoulder." I said, I'm going to go off. She goes, "Well, we can just wand you." I said, "Well, if I go in here, I won't have anybody fucking touching me." She's like, "You're not going to fit." I'm like, I got 3 fucking million miles on Delta. I fly all the time. Unless you guys ordered the small version of this, but everybody says the same thing. You're not going to fit, you're not going to fit, you're not going to fit. Do you fucking think that I would get into something that I wouldn't fit in? I don't sit and coach. Why would I go in?
Standard size, though, right?
Exactly. But the person's telling me because they don't fly and they're 5'3", I'm not going to fit.
She should apply for Secret Service with that height. I'd imagine she'd get right in.
It's just the stupidity that you have to go through on a daily. That's why we just fucking drop the hurricane shutters and just
lock down.
Yeah, just stay. I'm fucking more and more a hermit every day of my life.
Well, Kliq, this is a production of Butch and Sundance Media, produced in association with Podcast Heat, created by Tristan Nash, Kevin Nash, Sean Oliver, producer Steve Kaufman, graphics by Dominic D'Angelo, title sequence and audio edit by Wesley Burleson, theme song by Dale Oliver, technical research by Tristan Nash, copyright 2024, Butch and Sundance Media. Kev, if they don't make you get in a scanner that's too small, would you like to do another one?
I don't have a problem with that.
Let us free. Customer service never answers the thing.